Imagine if a company quietly changed the rules of the global automobile industry. No big noise, no grand claims, just constant hard work, new innovations, and a sudden breakthrough that would force even a giant like Tesla to take a look. This is the story of BYD. Build your dreams. Initially, no one took them seriously, but today the situation has made even the biggest players in the industry nervous. The reason is their technology, which is not just building cars, but also ushering in a new vision, a new direction, and perhaps even a revolution. The new system and battery that BYD has showcased to the world has changed the very definition of hybrid and electric vehicles. A range of 2,000 kilometers, safety like a blade battery, and smart technology that makes your car think sounds like something out of a movie. But no, it is real and it is happening right now. The most important thing is that BYD has brought all this not just to expensive luxury cars but to the common man. This is why this company is rapidly gaining ground across the world. In this video, we are going to tell you about that revolution of BYD, such things, such secrets that you too will say this has changed the game. So stay with us until the end because the information we are about to share you will not find it anywhere else. But before you continue in the video, please subscribe to our channel to be the first to see such videos. Success does not always come by chance. Behind it lies a lot of hard work, sacrifice, and constant struggle. The BYD story is just like that. Behind the scenes, this company has worked day and night where a team of engineers has risked their sleep, comfort, and personal lives to choose new technology, new innovation, and better quality. This is not just a brand but a dream that thousands of people have toiled to achieve. The company's CEO vision and confidence are the biggest fuel for this journey. He determined from the outset to build his identity through action, not showmanship. That is why, while other brands were making grand claims in advertising, BYD quietly focused on its goals. This low-profile approach has today positioned it like a quiet storm in the industry, slowly yet powerfully. The team contribution is paramount. Thousands of engineers, designers, and technical experts were part of this mission, working long hours in factories and labs to create the products that are now running on the world roads. Every innovation, big or small, is not the work of a single individual, but the result of a vast team working tirelessly. Every car that rolls out of the factory is not just a vehicle, but a symbol of collective hard work where the distinction between day and night has been erased. When every company in the auto industry was spending heavily on advertising and show-offs to promote their brands, BYD focused solely on technology and quality. They believed that true marketing was when the product spoke for itself, and that is exactly what happened. In 2024, BYD stunned the world by producing approximately 4.3 million electric vehicles. This is not just a statistic, but proof that hard work and focus always yield the greatest results. Today, BYD stands at a position where it is recognized not just in China, but globally. Their journey teaches us that true success does not happen overnight. It requires vision, confidence, and most importantly, hard work. The people working behind the scenes, whose names we may never know, are the true strength of this company. The fifth generation DM hybrid at the auto show was nothing short of a shock for the entire industry. The stage was crowded, the lights were shining, and all eyes were on the company that is always amazed with its work, BYD. As the event began, two new models were unveiled. At first glance, these cars seemed ordinary, with no overly futuristic design and no flashy show, but the real wonder lay within their bodies. This was BYD's new 5th generation DM hybrid system, which is set to redefine hybrid technology in the future. Now consider this. When it comes to a car range, people often focus on electric vehicles and batteries, but BYD has turned this thinking upside down. The 5th generation DM hybrid technology introduced in these new models is so advanced that it claims a range of nearly 2,000 kilometers. Yes, 2,000 kilometers, meaning if you travel from Delhi to Mumbai and back again, you will not have to worry about refueling or charging. This is not just a figure, but a game-changing moment for the auto industry. Interestingly, while other companies were focusing solely on electric vehicles, BYD quietly continued working on its hybrid system. DM stands for dual mode, meaning these vehicles can run on both a petrol engine and an electric motor. This technology existed before, but in the 5th generation, it has been perfected to the point where it has become a range monster. The engine and motor combination is so well balanced that it delivers driving pleasure and mind-blowing mileage. When these vehicles were demonstrated at the event, people's faces displayed the same amazement as when they saw Tesla's first electric car. The difference is that while Tesla relies on batteries and charging infrastructure, BYD hybrid system acts as a bridge, providing both fuel and charging freedom. This eliminates the biggest problem for those hesitant to adopt electric vehicles solely because of charging issues. A range of 2,000 kilometers does not just mean long range, it changes the user mindset. Imagine how much easier it will be to drive without having to visit a fuel station or charging station every day. This is why people are calling it the new definition of hybrid. Previously, hybrid vehicles were considered transition technology, meaning a temporary solution until the arrival of electric vehicles. But BYD has proven that hybrids can be a powerful future in their own right. This launch has created a stir in the auto industry. Until now, companies like Tesla were trying to limit electric vehicle ranges to 600 or 700 kilometers, but BYD has broken the 2,000-kilometer barrier with its hybrid. Furthermore, the media and experts are now considering it the biggest threat to electric vehicles because if hybrids can be so powerful, why would people switch to electric vehicles altogether? If anything in the car world can be called magic, it is BYD's new hybrid engine. At first glance, it appears to be just a simple 1.5-liter petrol engine, but once you understand its true power, it is mind-boggling. BYD has created a combination of petrol engine and electric motor that is perfectly balanced and powerful. This means you will not only experience smooth driving but also amazing fuel efficiency. This hybrid system comes in two variants. The first variant delivers 161 horsepower, while the second reaches 215 horsepower. This means you have a choice. If you want a powerful yet comfortable car for everyday commutes, the 161 horsepower variant is sufficient. But if you are a fan of speed and power, the 215 horsepower variant is for you. And most importantly, both variants are not only impressive in numbers, but also equally powerful on the road. Now let us come to its biggest feature, 46% thermal efficiency. If you understand the world of cars even a little, you will know how significant this figure is. Toyota, considered a pioneer in hybrid technology, only achieved an efficiency of around 41%. And even high-performance racing technology like Formula One has not reached this level. But BYD has shown that with smart engineering and research, anything is possible. 46% efficiency means every drop of petrol is being utilized to the maximum, providing power and saving fuel. The result is excellent mileage. In American terms, this car delivers over 80 miles per gallon. Simply put, this is a mileage that by combining the power of both petrol and electric leaves every other competitor behind. Imagine while other companies are still struggling with 25 to 30 miles per gallon, a figure of 80 plus is remarkable. This is why the world attention is focused on this engine. The philosophy behind this engine is clear, not just to show power, but to make it efficient. That is why BYD combination of a 1.5-liter petrol engine and electric motor not only gives a new lease on life to a hybrid car, but also sends a message to the entire industry. This message is that electric vehicles are not the only way. Hybrids can be just as practical and powerful. Industry experts are saying that this move is an open challenge to companies like Toyota. Toyota has always been considered the leader of the hybrid world, but now BYD has directly tried to beat them at their own game. And to be honest, figures like 46% thermal efficiency and 80 plus miles per gallon are not just talk, but could prove to be game changers on the ground. So now the question arises, will this BYD engine truly show the world a new face of hybrid technology? If initial results are to be believed, the answer is yes. This is not just an engine, but a benchmark for the future, one that other companies will have to work harder to achieve. The biggest challenge in today's automobile industry is that every customer lifestyle is different. Some only travel short distances between office and home. Some are passionate about performance and speed, and some want a car that can handle rough roads without stopping. BYD has responded to this challenge with its versatile design, which builds 3 distinct versions on a single platform: DMI Efficient, DMP Performance, and DMO Off-Road. Each version is tailored to suit each driver needs, ensuring no driver has to compromise on their style. First, let us talk about the DMI, which is being called the efficient version. It is for those who use the car for everyday purposes like office, shopping, family trips, and short trips. Its biggest strengths are its fuel economy and low fuel consumption. The electric motor does most of the heavy lifting, while the petrol engine only serves as a support. This means most trips will be completed at a very low cost. And if you live in the city, you can take advantage of electric vehicle mode to cover short distances without burning petrol. Now let us move on to the DMP, the performance version. It is designed for those who do not just want to get from point A to point B, but also want to enjoy speed and power along the way. Both the electric motor and petrol engine in the DMP are tuned to provide tremendous acceleration and high-speed driving. This car is not only efficient, but can rival any high-performance vehicle in terms of power. So if you want a sporty feel but do not want to compromise on fuel efficiency, the DMP is perfect for you. And now comes the DMO, the off-road version. This is for those whose journeys are not limited to highways but include mountains, deserts, and unpaved roads. Wherever you need to go, the DMO is ready to accompany you. The suspension and power system in this version are designed to make even rough terrain a breeze. Here again, the electric motor plays the lead role, but the petrol engine supports the car, keeping it powerful even on long distances and difficult terrain. All three versions offer battery options, so customers can choose according to their needs. The biggest advantage is the electric vehicle mode. If your goal is only short trips within the city, you can choose electric vehicle mode and travel without petrol. This is not only good for the environment, but also light on your wallet. BYD has made a very clever move with this design. They have given the electric motor the lead role and kept the petrol engine solely in support. The advantage of this is that the car remains efficient in every situation. The electric motor allows you to enjoy smooth and silent driving, while the petrol engine provides instant backup when needed. This eliminates the fear of battery limitations or petrol consumption. The Blade battery is truly BYD's true secret weapon. It is as simple as its name sounds, yet it holds a wealth of ingenuity and engineering behind it. When you typically think of a battery, it conjures up a heavy, tightly packed, and fire hazard image, but the Blade battery has upended this very definition. The blade-like design of this battery, while seemingly simple, is actually the result of clever space saving and structural reinforcement. Placing traditional cells vertically significantly reduces overall pack space, and that same free space is now directly converted into room within the car. More cells in a smaller space, resulting in a tube-configured solid pack that delivers higher energy density and improved body strength. This design also strengthens the vehicle frame and helps protect the battery in a tangled or side crash. In simple terms, the Blade design makes the battery not just a power source, but a structural part of the car. Now comes the test that garnered the most headlines, the nail test. When media and industry experts tried to determine if it was truly safe, this test put to rest many doubts. The simple idea was that if you inserted a nail into the battery, it would cause a short circuit and catch fire. However, the Blade battery construction and selected materials are designed to not only prevent internal short circuits, but also minimize the risk of fire outbreaks. The response observed in the nail test proved its reliability as a backup and safety measure. This was not just a spectacle, but a solid preparation for real-world hazards, leading to increased consumer confidence and a stronger safety record. But the Blade battery biggest change is that it is not so reliant on traditional materials like nickel and cobalt. The shortage, high prices, and supply chain risks of these metals have been a concern for the electric vehicle industry for the past few years. The Blade battery chemistry and architecture are chosen to minimize the need for nickel and cobalt, thus reducing both battery costs and environmental impact. This means it is easier to scale up for large-scale production and global supply. Reducing material dependency not only improves a company cost structure, but also reduces its environmental footprint, which bodes well for both customers and the planet in the long run. And speaking of lifetime, the claim of 90% capacity after 3,000 cycles is not just a technical figure, but a promise of everyday usability. Normally, battery capacity degrades with cycles and range or performance declines over time. But with the Blade battery, it shows that with a well-designed battery, it can retain a significant portion of its capacity for years. 3,000 charge-discharge cycles mean that even if you drive in electric vehicle mode daily or use it regularly over long distances, the battery will still meet your expectations for a very long time. And 90% remaining capacity means that real-world range remains useful for a very long time, having a significant positive impact on resale value, ownership cost, and consumer satisfaction. The Blade battery has answered 3 big questions. Is it safe? Yes, nail tests and architectural design prove this. Is it affordable and scalable? Yes. Reducing reliance on nickel and cobalt improves supply chain and costs. And is it durable? Yes, 3,000 cycles and 90% capacity provide long-term reliability. These 3 yes answers have made the Blade not just a battery technology, but a new standard for electric vehicle innovation. And one thing that is often missed, this technology should not be limited to big cities or high-end models. Only when batteries are secure, long life, and affordable will electrification truly become accessible to everyone. The Blade battery is a major step toward turning this promise into reality. The engineers, testing teams, and supply networks behind it have come together to create a solution that makes driving safe, affordable, and sustainable. Cars were once considered merely a means of transportation, but times have changed. By new thinking, the architecture has given cars a smart brain. Older cars used to have separate control units for each function, a separate unit for the engine, a separate one for braking, and a separate one for battery management. This meant that the car had multiple brains that took time to coordinate. But BYD changed this thinking. They consolidated everything into a central brain that controls the entire car like a smartphone. The biggest advantage of this central brain is its speed. Microsecond response time means your car understands your every command in the blink of an eye and takes immediate action. For example, if you suddenly applied the brakes, the signals would take time to transmit between the different units in older technology. But now everything is managed from a single location. The result is greater safety, more control, and smoother driving. Now let us move on to the AI. It is what makes this car not just a machine but a learning companion. The AI constantly understands your driving patterns, how you accelerate, where you brake, and what kind of roads you drive on. This AI remembers all of these things and adapts the car to your needs. Gradually, the car learns your style and delivers a better driving experience. You could say that as you and your car spend time together, it becomes smarter, and the most exciting part is over-the-air updates. Now the car does not just stop at the smartness it was at launch. Over-the-air updates allow it to receive new features and upgrades periodically, just like a smartphone. This means your car will improve every few months. New features will be added, old issues will be fixed, and performance will improve. You do not need to visit a service center. Everything will be downloaded directly into the car system. Today, cars are no longer just machines, but have become technologies with minds and human-like thinking. BYD's system is a major step in this direction. This system gives cars the ability to think and make decisions like humans. Human-like AI decision-making means that the car does not rely solely on sensors and cameras, but rather understands the situation and reacts like a human. Whether it is a pedestrian on the road, a traffic signal changing, or an obstacle at a sudden turn, the system makes decisions so quickly that you will feel as if an experienced driver is behind the wheel. BYD offers it at different levels, from entry-level to high-end. The basic level provides basic safety and assistance features found in budget cars. The mid-level is for mid-level cars, incorporating more advanced sensors and semi-autonomy features. And the most notable is the high-end level, which is for high-end models and offers a nearly fully autonomous driving experience. This means there is a version to suit every budget and every need, and this is its biggest strength. BYD has not limited this high-tech technology to just expensive cars. Cars priced affordably are also equipped with this feature. Imagine, while other companies associate autonomous driving with luxury, BYD has brought it within the reach of the common man. The most interesting aspect is its data model. The data generated by each car is not limited to that particular vehicle. It integrates with BYD's system, making subsequent vehicles even smarter. This means that the more vehicles on the road, the faster the entire network learns and progresses. It is like one person experience benefits another, except that millions of vehicles are constantly learning from each other. Now let us talk about pricing. BYD cars are about 15% cheaper than Tesla cars. This means consumers get the same technology, the same safety, and the same high-tech features, but at a more affordable price. This is why people are increasingly drawn to BYD, and the biggest proof is the sales figures. Selling 4.3 million vehicles in just 1 year is no small number. It shows that people not only trust this technology, but are also enthusiastic about adopting it. When ordinary people choose a brand with their own money, it is a greater proof than any ad campaign. BYD's system proves that the future of driving will not be limited to the wealthy. Whether your budget is small or large, you will find hybrid technology, smart autonomy, and safe battery packs. This is why BYD has gradually become not just a brand but a name to be trusted. If you look at the big picture of the auto industry, it is clear that BYD is not working on just one thing but on the entire puzzle. From hybrid technology to the Blade battery, from the AI brain to autonomy, they have integrated every component into a system that has become a challenge for other companies. While some focus solely on electric vehicles, others solely on batteries, BYD has integrated all aspects into a complete package. This is why their cars are not just vehicles but rather mobile innovation centers. Interestingly, BYD does not make much noise about themselves. No big advertisements, no showy launches. They simply work and the results speak for themselves. This is why people are astonished when they hear figures like 2,000 kilometer range, 46% thermal efficiency, or 4.3 million car sales. This shows that true power is not built by words but by action. The real question now is, will other companies be able to keep up with this pace? Because BYD is not just leading in one area, it is rapidly advancing on every front. And once a company puts all the pieces of the puzzle together, it is difficult for other players to catch up.